Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's having a great day. I'm having a fabulous day. I just wanted to hop in here for just a second and just talk about this Brittney Griner. I know you guys have heard that she's been released. It's been about a week now, almost a week since she's came home. So it's been a lot of mixed messages and I guess emotions that's been on social media about her release. You know, a lot of people are happy that she's been released and she's home and all that. And then I think the part of it, I think people just don't understand that whole process of what they're having to do and having to negotiate to get the release of Americans from these prisons overseas, Russia mainly. And I think everybody doesn't understand that negotiation because a lot of people are upset that Paul, what's his name? Paul, is it Paul Weeman or Whitland? They're upset that he wasn't released and Brittney was. And they're saying that, you know, he's been in there since 2018 and she's been in there less than a year. But, you know, as I listen to more of CNN and listen to different uh, news broadcaster talking about it, they were saying that it's a different level of imprisonment that they're having to deal with. And you know, people thinking since they are with the negotiation with Brittney, they ended up giving this weapon um, guy that gets all these illegal weapons and all this kind of stuff. You know, releasing him for Brittney, that should have been enough to get Brittney and Paul. But they're saying, and even Paul family has said, and I read over here that you know, they're disappointed that Paul is still there, but they're also glad that at least they got Brittney back because I guess the way this negotiation went, it was one for one or none at all. Either they got Brittney back or they wasn't going to get anyone. And it kind of sounds to me that Paul wasn't even on the table for letting him go. It wasn't even negotiable for him being released. It was only, you know, you can get Brittney if you give us this guy Victor or whatever his name is, and you can get Brittney, but that's it. We're not doing Paul and Brittney. But you know, they got Brittney, you guys know, for the CB Camisy oil being in her bag and stuff. And I don't know what level that's considered when it comes to the crime and the sentencing. But you know, even with that, I think she ended up getting like 8 or 10 years with that. And then with Paul, they got him for basically like spying. They say he had a drive, a drive with information on it, espionage, spying, and stuff like that. They say his level is much higher than the level that Brittney was on, and they, you know, to seem like they're saying to release him is something that the United States kind of don't have control over because they want this guy they got in prison over in Germany, who's a murderer, done killed all kind of people, and they want him for Paul. But you know, I don't know how that's gonna go because I don't know how much pull American got over the German, you know, with the Germans to do that. Hopefully he'll get home soon. But I was reading, you know, what some of the stuff they were saying, and they were saying, let's see here, Paul is coming up on his 4-year anniversary of his arrest. Is coming up. He was arrested for a crime that never occurred. He said he was set up. The crime was never occurred, and he was saying this in a phone call that he was set up. He was framed. He didn't do what they're claiming that he did, and he's being held in a remote part of the Russia. He don't understand why he's still there, and he was also saying, the interview took place shortly after President Biden standing alone Granna's wife, Sherelle, at the White House. He also expressed regrets that President Biden expressed regrets that he was not able to get Paul out also. But they're saying that Paul's, like I say, he was a former Marine, and he's a Canadian citizen. He was detained in Moscow in December of 2018, so this would be like 4 years. He was sentenced to 16 years over there, and he's saying that they got his level higher, much higher than his level than the level that Brittney was on, because they basically got him down as a spy. So, that's why they saying he Paul himself and his family is saying that's why it's so hard. It's been so hard to get Paul from over there, because they put him on a much higher level than they did Trevor Reed when they got him out, in Brittney Griner. So, but they're still, trying to negotiate and trying to get him out. I pray that, he does get out. Like I said, there's a lot of mixed emotions and opinions on this whole ordeal with Brittney coming home that was there less than a year. A lot of folks is saying because she's a WNBA, that's one of the reasons why it was more rushed for her to get out. And they saying that that's not fair. But I guess us on the outside looking at it, we don't understand the logistics of this negotiation that they're doing. It's a lot. I know they've been trying to work on just getting Brittney out for at least last 6-7 months. And, it took a while, even when they got the two guys out that went over there in Iran to help, Ukrainian, to help fight the war over there. Like I said, their justice and their criminal system is totally different than what it is here in the United States. And when they do get an American or something, they definitely hold on to that leverage. For them, they're going to make sure it benefits them before they release anyone, so they can get what they want out of the deal. Keeping an American over there for however long, 6 months, 10 months, a year, 3 years, 4 years, they don't care about any of that because they're wanting to get what they want to get. And sometimes that process just takes a lot longer. And we don't, we out here in the public, we don't see all that negotiation that goes on with that. So it's definitely been, a topic, and it's been a lot of people, expressing their opinion, and that's okay because everybody, has that right to say what they need, what they feel, how they feel. But I guess until we're actually in a situation like that, it's very easy to say, well, why Brittney and why not Paul? Or Brittney wasn't really over there long enough, and she, didn't get to the experience or whatever. We don't know what her experience was. We don't know what all we went through. I saw, if I'm not mistaken, that looked like when I was seeing her coming off the plane, that they did, have her to cut her dreads. She had cut her hair off, and then just mentally, all the things they're going through, and I've heard that they're definitely tortured. Paul, and then other prisoner that's been released from over there. But it's a lot. It's a lot for anyone to have to go through. And like I say, I hope that, I don't think Paul's family, like when I heard his sister talking on CNN, she said she's not mad that, Brittney got out before her brother Paul, because I guess gets a little bit more information of how the negotiation goes, because they've been trying to negotiate for Paul to get out for a while now. So I think by the White House and the politicians and all them communicating with his family, she has a little bit more understanding of how that process works. So she says she understands the guidelines that comes with it, and what type of give and take that comes with it when they're doing the negotiation, and she understand that with this negotiation it was either 1-for-1, and that was it. Either they let Brittney go or no one went. If the United States had not agreed with that, with the release of Brittney, or agreed with the negotiation that they came to, then Brittney wouldn't even be out, because if they would have been trying to hold on to get Paul and Brittney, it was not going to happen, because the Russian had already said it was 1-for-1, and really Paul was not even a part of it. They was not willing to give Paul. If they would have said, okay, let's get Paul and then we'll come back and try to negotiate to get Brittney, it sounded like it wasn't even the option. They didn't have that option. It wasn't like either Paul or Brittney. It sounded like it's going to be Brittney or it's not going to be anyone. We're not giving Paul up because of his level of crime that they say he committed. So it wasn't really too much of a option when it came to Paul being released a week or so ago. That's what I took from it. I don't know. That's just the way I saw it, and everything that I've read on it. It looked more to me, or leaned more to me, like it was only going to be Brittney, and either the United States would take that and accept that, or Brittney would be still there. So I guess with that, looking at it from that way, and that was the only option, then that's why Brittney had a chance to get released. I'm glad she's home and get a chance to be with her family, but I was just thinking about, okay, her physical appearance, she looks okay and everything, other than her, losing her locks. What about her mental? Because just being locked up for the last 10 months, we'll say, it's got to still deal with, she still got to deal with that mentally. So I'm pretty sure even those short 10 months that she was in there, she still got a lot that she's gonna have to come to grip with, mentally. We don't know what type of treatment, or just being in that situation that, she was in. We don't know what type of treatment any of these Americans that's over there, and when they come back, what they have to deal with. We don't know what Paul's having to deal with. All we can do is just send out our prayers and continue to pray for them for whatever crime that they did. Of course, like I said, the crime over there is going to be 10 times what it would be if they would have been caught doing the same thing here in the United States. It's 10 times. It's no comparison. So all we can do is just continue to pray for them, that they come back. Continue to pray that Paul makes it back. Continue to pray that Brittney is able to come back and adapt and get her mental mindset back to where it needs to be. Everybody's saying, well, Brittney, I guess you learned your lesson. You better never go over there again. What she did and taking the canopy over there, that was wrong. But she went over there to make money, because they don't pay the WNBA ladies like they pay the guys, and all this kind of stuff. So, but everybody has an opinion. And who am I to say who's right or who's wrong? Hey, I'm not. But I just wanted to throw that out there. If you got any opinions about it and want to leave me a comment, hey, feel free, go ahead. But I'm not here to be going back and forward. It's just my opinion as everyone else, But we just got to pray that everybody makes it back to the United States that should be back over here, and get through whatever they're going through, their crime that they have been charged with, or allegedly they did while they was over there. Okay. All right, guys, y'all have a great day. I'm not sure if I'm going to come to you guys again before Christmas. If I don't, y'all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year's and all that stuff. Okay, just be safe, have fun, make great memories, be kind to everybody that you see. Start your New Year's off with a bang if I don't get back to you guys. But just have a great rest of your 2022 and start your 2023 off with a bang. Okay, love you guys. I'm going to check you out next time around.